operational licenses being withheld by Ministry of Education and Sports and UBTEB. This call was raised by Ponciano Gumisisa, the Assessment Officer Agriculture Crop Sciences at Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board UBTEB, who revealed that UBTEB officials are currently doing their mandatory function of re-inspection and accreditation of all businesses and technical institution centers across the country.
By the statutory 2009, number 9, it gives us the mandate to accredit examination centers and give them licenses or giving them a letter of accreditation to be able to operate as training institutions. And we are moving around to follow up on the performance and whether the institutions have the capacity to train. So we are moving around, and I'm in Sorot area, trying to check on the institutions to make sure that they still comply and they have improved. UBTEB gives centers provisionally because by the time an institution begins to train, there are minimum standards that the examinations board expect. So we give them a provisional operating license for which every year they submit to us reports on how they are progressing to keep tracking their improvement. Now, a school to qualify to be registered by UBTEB, one, it has to be licensed by the Ministry of Education and Sports to operate as an institution. And secondly, when an institution wants to run diploma programs, it has also to be qualified and licensed by National Council for Higher Education. And with that, then UBTEB gets into context by inspecting them and also ascertaining the institutions have the capacity to run the programs for which they want to train, and then they are given a certificate to operate.
It further confirmed that institutions that do not meet the requirements risk being closed and their operational licenses can be revoked.
At the moment, we are doing a reinspection, and the purpose for which we are doing the reinspection, we want to confirm that the institutions have improved from where they were, and they have the capacity now to train fully. And in that context, in that case, if we find that an institution does not have the capacity to pass on the competencies in different respects, the board has the capacity and has the authority to tentatively withdraw the center so that the institution can put itself right, or better still, it can withdraw assessing or training certain programs for which it has no the capacity to train. So the board has the mandate to withdraw or even to take away some programs so that the institutions can keep training in those programs for which they have the capacity to really pass on the competencies to the trainees. Yes, I'm very glad that I'm in Teso, and I would like to encourage all the people in Teso to embrace technical education. And by embracing technical education, we shall have to see a community which is empowered technically, where we don't have the youth who are languishing without jobs, where we have an empowered youth that can stand on its own by having self-employment, being entrepreneurs, being people who can manufacture, who can innovate.
The councillors in Bukedia Town Council have offered an aid of 50 kilograms of sugar to the 6 government primary schools in Bukedia Town Council in Bukedia District. Among the 6 benefiting government primary schools include Bukedia Township, Okunguro Primary School, Bukedia Demonstration Primary School, Kamula Primary School, Bukedia Primary School, and Okunguro Parents Primary School. Sam Engole, the Bukedia Town Council LC3 chairperson, says the initiative was implemented as a way of helping school teachers to have breakfast at schools. The aid results from the inspection of various schools that was conducted last year, 2022, where most teachers were found out of class during working hours looking for breakfast. Uganda's maternal mortality rate has decreased from 336 mothers per 100,000 live birth to 284 women per 100,000 live birth, the Ministry of Health reports. While Uganda has not yet conducted a new health demographic survey, according to Dr. Charles Solaro, the Director of Health in charge of curative services, the ministry has been furnished with the new findings by the World Health Organization in their latest report, in which they assessed data from 2000 to 2022.
The National Demographic Health Survey will be able to confirm that this is the true picture which is one, but I am sure that probably it's nearer there. Because what are we observing? We're looking at even the institutional delivery, maternal mortality ratios are dropping. Now we are almost at 84.7% from almost 107 in 2016. So we are dropping. When we talk of them dropping, what's contributing it? Is actually one of the things is family planning, what we want. So people are looking at it and thinking that it's happening by chance, but looking at that there's a committed effort on what? Because if you look at now almost close to 4 million mothers, women using family planning in Uganda, you almost get that you avert almost 1.4 million pregnancies, about 355 abortions.
The report, titled Trends in Maternal Mortality, was released by the Global Health Body on Thursday. It tracked maternal death nationally, regionally, and globally from 2000 to 2020 and shows that generally there were an estimated 287,000 maternal deaths worldwide in 2020, representing only a slight decrease from 309,000 in 2016. Now, Olaro attributes the reductions in Uganda to strides made in ensuring more women are attended to by skilled health workers during delivery and provision of post-abortion care, among others. According to experts, the highest causes of maternal mortality in the country include overbleeding after childbirth, preeclampsia, which is high blood pressure associated with pregnancy, and safe abortion and infection.
International news.
Millions of Nigerians are due to vote in the most competitive presidential election since military rule ended. Since 1999, Africa's most populous country has been dominated by two parties, the ruling APC and the PDP. But this time, there is also a strong challenge from a third-party candidate, the Labour Party's Peter Obi, who is backed by many young people. Currently, President Muhammadu Buhari is stepping aside after serving 2 4-year terms. His All Progressive Congress, APC, is represented by former Lagos Governor Bola Tinubu, while former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is standing for the main opposition, People's Democratic Party, PDP. There are a total of 18 presidential candidates in the race. The lead-up to the polls, scheduled for today, Saturday, 25th February 2023, has been overshadowed by a cash shortage caused by a botched attempt to redesign the currency, leading to widespread chaos at banks and cash machines as desperate people sought access to their money.
Business news.
Police have suggested banning border borders from the 22-kilometer northern bypass to reduce on accidents. The suggestion was made through the Police Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety. They stated that police are now aware of all high-risk and major crash locations that have been identified, including places where pedestrians are killed and injured the most. In addition, because border riders have infiltrated rural regions, the law enforcement agency is planning to undertake an initiative to bring traffic enforcement to the grassroots of feeder roads. The traffic commander further blamed accidents on Ugandan roads on alcohol and lack of awareness of road safety guidelines, which he said are well spoken and widely spoken but poorly understood by the people.
That was the business news on Voice of Teso. The sports news.
And in sports, Chelsea boss Graham Potter says he and his family have received anonymous death threats following the club's poor run of form. The Blues have won just 2 of their past 14 games in all competitions and lost to Premier League strugglers Southampton on Saturday. Chelsea say they are offering their full support to Potter and his family. The former Brighton boss said the anonymous emails had also referenced threats against his children. Under Potter, who was appointed in September following the sacking of Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea have won just 9 of their 25 games. And that was the news at 8 a.m. here on 88.4, Voice of Teso, the People's Choice. My name is Jonah Osike Akello. Opi, the man, is coming back here for Teso Lolo. Don't touch your dial. Good morning.
And that was